Here are the Tales from Tech Support stories for this video, but before we start, here's the top comment for today's video. Thanks for the support. Without further ado, here we go. Executive assistant says someone stole her oven. This one happened a long time ago, but I still remember laughing pretty hard about it. Me is me, EA is boss executive assistant. I used to provide support for a hedge fund. While the company had some big accounts, the office itself was pretty small. 5 people. However, given the amount of money at stake, they couldn't afford to be down for a second, and they ran into plenty of relatively minor issues on a daily basis. That is why they needed a full-time IT tech support person. When I started there, they had several outdated machines and equipment. After the fund managers complained enough, I finally convinced the owner, a fight you to the death over a nickel kind of guy, to upgrade the workstations. The fund manager's machines were updated by a certain financial news software data company, which may have been started by a now former mayor because we had a contract with that company. The new contract included newish machines for the fund guys. I also installed some extra memory we purchased on our own because 128 megabits? Seriously? Granted, this was Windows XP, but 128 megabit was still just barely the recommended. And they couldn't open more than one Excel sheet while the financial data app was running. A minor purchase to upgrade to 512 megabyte, and the managers were pleased as they could be. Along with the new fund managers machines, we ordered some workstations on the cheap for myself and the EA when the new tech was coming out. Gotta love those clearance sales. This was all done while the boss EA was on vacation. I had moved over her accounts, files, etc. So she should have a seamless transition when she returned. Or so I thought. When she got back, she called me over and started screaming that her oven was missing. EA, my oven is gone. Put it back. I need it. Me? What oven? We don't even have a kitchen in this office. EA, my oven. The one I used to warm up my lunch. Me confused. I don't know what you are talking about. Then she started pointing at the monitor and shouting, my oven, my oven, my oven. I remembered how my cat liked to lay on my old monitor on my computer at home, and it finally dawned on me that she was referring to her old monitor. Along with the new workstations, we've got new LCD monitors as they were finally becoming affordable. She wanted her old CRT monitor back because it generated enough heat that she had been using it to warm up her lunch that she brought from home. I told her that the old equipment was gone, but she didn't like that answer. She made such a fuss that the boss came out to see what she was screaming about. When I explained the situation, he just rolled his eyes and walked off. He didn't even want to hear it. Since there was nothing to be done about the monitor, I just showed her which folders her files were in as opposed to the file earthquake that she had been on previous desktop, and helped her get used to the new OS. However, she continued to give me death stares every day until a month later when we convinced the boss that a small microwave and a coffee maker would benefit the office and make people more productive. Madam, please check your SIM card. Click. This story is from back in the iPhone 5 days. For some reason, SIM cards have always been an enigma for some customers. This lady calls my store and complains that she's having issues with her phone not getting signal. She's quite agitated, and understandably so if she's not getting the service she paid for. So I run through a few basic troubleshooting steps to start figuring out the issue. I ask her to restart the phone and all that good jazz and check her V account to make sure everything is fine there and that she's not actually past due. Actually common to get people who haven't paid their bill for 2-3 months get cut and then complain that they aren't getting service. Like what? Her account is fine, so I ask her to go into field tests to give me an accurate signal strength. Everything is fine, and then she says something about her SIM card having storage issues or something along those lines. Customers tend to call SD cards SIMs and vice versa, while SIMs only hold your account information now and aren't used to storage. I inform her, as she has an iPhone, that there is no removable storage and that the SIM is only there for accessing the network. She then got another call and we've got disconnected. She calls back 5 minutes or so later from the phone saying it's working, but that something about her SIM is popping up on the screen and she doesn't think she has one. I tell her if she is using the phone, there has to be a SIM in the device. She asks where it is and I tell her it's in the SIM tray on the side. I hear her shuffling her phone and oh yeah, I see it. Click. She removed it while on the phone with me, which disconnected our call. And in the process, she dropped the SIM and couldn't find it. Just when it all gets good, she then has to come to my store to get a replacement SIM and ask to speak to my manager. I inform her I'm the owner and I ask what the issue is. She says it's my fault she was without a phone because apparently I remotely stole her SIM or something. Can't remember what the exact insanity she was trying to pull was now, but basically I comped her a replacement SIM, but that wasn't good enough for her. She finally got that that's all I could do for her, being it was beyond my as well as Red V's control and no one else anywhere would be giving her compensation and left. Never saw her again, but that was quite an interesting day. Luckily she didn't go full Karen, but she was about 55% on the Karen scale. So those were the stories for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, a like will be highly appreciated. It really does help my channel out. Also, if you enjoyed this and want to stay up to date on the latest videos, then don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening and I will see you in the next video.